I saw a post on Instagram today and I can't find it, so I'm not gonna post it up. But like basically it was this girl posting herself like in a leotard. It wasn't like exactly like a leotard, but it was like one of those short, bodysuits. And she was talking about how like if you're like naturally thicker, people will like say something about it, but if you're like skinny, people won't. And she had posted like a little comment below the image of some dude being like, "Oh my goodness, this is a beach, not a porn set." And I was shocked because it's 2026 and I'm really surprised people are still, caring about how others think of them on the internet. Now, I'm not trying to say that like you should just be a toxic piece of shit and no one should ever care about the shit that you say on the internet. Like obviously not. But like I just don't get how some people are so crazy about what other people say about them on the internet. Now, I've never necessarily been like chronically online, but I've always been a person on the internet. Like as a kid, I'd play Minecraft, Roblox, Wizard 101 if you remember that. So I've always been on the internet. And I remember, especially when I was like younger, whatever someone would say to me on the internet would genuinely affect me. Like if someone was talking shit, it hurt. I'd get a little sting in my stomach, but I was never ever like, too butthurt about it. Now, like I had, my mom and like my older brothers or whatnot, who'd always be like, those people don't matter. Like I'd always see other people, my friends like in high school and in my like teen years, you'll care about like, what other people would say online. And I was never ever really like that because at some point I realized I just stopped treating everyone on the internet as if they were human. Now, especially in today's day and age, I do genuinely think that this is the correct mindset that everyone browsing the internet should have because internet activity isn't even dominated by humans anymore. Like AI and bots overtook humans for like their activity on the internet years ago. So I think the average person should know this, but they don't, and they don't truly understand what this means. Because like look at shit like rage bait, right? Now rage bait has been around for so long. It's started with like newspapers and like with the dawn of the internet, a lot of media companies, media organizations realize like, yo, if we like make really sensational, emotional titles, people will like read our articles and our blogs. But the entire point of rage bait is to get a emotional response out of you. So once I learned that, the default for like a lot of my interactions on the internet just was to assume that the person I was talking to or interacting with just wasn't fucking human. Because, like, why? Like, one, if they are human, why do I care what this absolute degenerate mouth breather has to say about me? Like, I don't know them for one, and two, this guy's actually taking his time out of his valuable day, bro. You're never gonna get these seconds back to comment on me, bro. Like, you're a fucking loser. And on the other side, if it wasn't a human being, if it was just some bot, like, why am I gonna allow myself to get rage baited by a bot, boosting the engagement metrics of the website I'm on, rewarding them for not making a better website, but instead using cheap emotional manipulation tactics? Like, come on now. All in all, I just wanted to make this little video to kind of just throw a message out there, like if you're on the internet, it doesn't matter if you're like some young Gen Alpha skibbity toilet Zoomer or whatever, or like, some older person. I don't know, maybe you're like 70 years old and you're like a grandma, you know, whatever you see on the internet is not real. The people you see on the internet are not real. The videos you are watching are on the internet are not real. Hell, even this video, I would argue, isn't a real video. Nothing about this video is especially genuine, right? Like I'm partly reading from a script. Hell, this isn't even my real voice. You're not hearing my voice coming out of my, lungs, my vocal cords, but you're hearing it coming out of your speaker. Nothing on the internet is real and everything can be like edited and manipulated to make you feel a certain way. So yeah, that was this entire little video. Uh I'll see you all tomorrow. Like, subscribe, and give it a thumbs up and comment because I I'm talking about engagement, bro. I need that engagement metrics myself.